Whenever I hear the argument about one-tricks ruining MLBB, I'm just thinking that isn't one-tricking just another way to play MLBB? Like, you can either have a large hero pool or just stick to one hero. I never found anything inherently wrong with being a one-trick. As a one-trick myself, I always saw myself crawling back to Selena. Because in my opinion, I'm unable to find satisfaction in other characters' playstyles. No one else offers that high risk, high reward, unlike Selena. So our jungler decided that they don't like Selena roam. Our XP laner was so quick to jump him, rightfully so. Because if you guys couldn't tell, his main is Popo and Koopa. And I don't think Popo and Koopa in the jungle is any better than Selena roam. So how does this work? So basically the whole point of this quarrel is for our jungler to prove to our XP laner that they're not a one trick. And which I wouldn't be making this video if that was true. Look, I'm just gonna say it as it is. Being a one-trick is fine. I don't think there's anything embarrassing about just sticking to one hero. And if you think that you can play more than one hero, then that's fine. You don't need to prove it to other people. In this case, Hanzo is definitely a far better pick than Popo and Koopa, but I prefer comfort picks over adjusting. I'm still experimenting with this sustain/tank build on Selena. But for what it's worth, I wouldn't really suggest using it. But if I can give you a definitive reason on why it's an option, it's because this build is primarily good against really annoying burst heroes and also gives you a lot of options to retaliate. I think the easiest person to gank right now is the XP laner. I'll lose tickles in the early game. So the reason for throwing my arrow the way I did is because from my observation throughout the game, I think it's very clear that our jungler does not know how to use Hanzo. Because there are multiple instances where he runs out of energy, but he still continues to attack. And correct me if I'm wrong, but if you run out of energy, your main body will go to the shadow thingy. So you're just going to end up dying.
A real villain is remembered longer than a false hero.
My bad, I definitely should have went to help our Hanzo way sooner. I'm sorry. Hanzo, if you don't want a high rank lobby, just stop ranking. You're not always going to have quote-unquote easy lobbies. There are games like these where it's just gonna be way harder, and if you can't handle that, then I don't know what to tell you. Good luck, I guess. Like I said, Hanzo, if you don't want to be in a high rank lobby, then just stop ranking. I think at this point you spend more time chatting than actually playing the game. Like for example, in this instance, wouldn't it be better to recall your shadow than use your main body? I think at least for Hanzo in this point in the game, it's very risky because his main body is arguably kind of weak in the early game. So I think if we hadn't been there with him, he probably would have died. So if you guys couldn't tell, I survived on 1 HP.
This gazes back. We're behind in gold. Ally has been slain. I was vulnerable once, but never again. Our turret has been destroyed. Launch attack! Break away!
I'm not sure what Aldous is trying to do, but go girl. So if it wasn't clear enough, actually, Hanzo, if you kind of think about it, Selena Roam would be good for a tank jungler. It's usually lacking damage.
Gather up the lords! Gather up the lords! Request backup! You destroy the turret! Initiate retreat!
Once again, no energy on Hanzo and he still decided to fight.
Our inhibitor turret is under attack. Initiate retreat! Take care of your prey. Darkness is coming. We're behind and go. Initiate retreat. Initiate
Hansel, honey, that's so embarrassing to admit. If you want to troll, go to Classic. I fear it's that simple. This was my mistake. I don't know why I kept on fighting here. It's very hard to judge Hanzo's gameplay based on just one game, but other than the fact that they were horrible at Hanzo, they had no game sense. And they spent more time typing than actually playing the game.